and penny 4 point is only some match with a girl Manzano or no any referee obedient and fin at them. I'm a classic no Barcelona a host to Madrid no and so at me about so now according to Javier Saviola or a former player Edema both clubs or boy Edema Barca a boy the Marimari say Okochi or Barca and Quadanimo and I say Jude Bellingham or a complete player or former papa be elbow biano as a midfielder with me a year tackle jibbo passe esanso eshegonebom ye can player or a threat our classic man a Vinicius Junior some time ago na a Messi Ronaldo decided classico and two clubs in Asia player obey decisive a Vinicius Junior ohunso Madrid ebe wini Sabasa any free game room dia and a Barcelona mom and a bedding kun we in sama Javier Saviola etimi edi atudwa Barca players me prepare no what do say ebi mo ho a omo yom fitness ho adwuma emu ba ko e Rafinha Barca ringa no ono so Felix by no man afetre bi so a na o blow hot and cold opera since September then so ene o test ne ho ene Barca group ni training ni na no e classic ho an sese Oheneba say na pon basic P no so etimi asia kan edi etia Real Madrid mom enso a football club and then Inter Milan omo ebuska some ho contact na ma confirm sampa omanya sika 50.2 million pounds every Man United ho ni nyina na efa Andre Onana Man United turn am pasika na reflect here and then Inter for ebu akonta no omo de sika no afra and omo de atuja say Cesar Casadai as a player I'm the man Chelsea so the name alone and part omanya 14.8 million pounds nina no esika omunsa etimi account we kakra if you Inter na so ye enso eba na Emiliano Dibu Martinez a World Cup winner on the dab puma Argentina etimi jenko for kasa Messi play key role nanso Dibu Martinez untimi enyini from mo Argentina timi World Cup no and as Unai Emery you got top 5 managers in the world Arsenal coach no can be na plus some villain person make a mark on be some ye bibi e de to ho na e ka abakosem a omudin atimi abem on be some winning a Champions League trophy and as a trophy kese be say a league and FA Cup and any recognized cup in England on be some gibiwe and in sama Dibu Martinez Eddie Atuga Jadon Sancho meni obi ana so odin pacho na United team in training onya na dwen so be patch coach no so nya na dwen say ode ne bo na be che no so o meka men team ho na onim say o dressing po akwakoye personal training pa first team facilities amoma na nyusu baby Bruno Fernandes mo goalkeeper Nana mo first team players Mario Maguire mo baby o mo dress no onko obi on dress wo ho baby players ni di no ondidi wo ho baby players ni edware onware ho first team facility bia omo yusu bia no mama no enyusu ntin kwada ne de na okọ a no so akọ yusu chenye ne ho wi a na akọ ni personally na afi ono so asa akọ tena afie Gastro Fofana a Chelsea player or Bologna at the Ama Union Berlin or Germany and right in the Champions League no ono coach no for so na easy cry na mo sasa for so no one chair coach no after the game ko ye gidi or touchline ho ene amama no suspension say untimi free Chelsea and Bologna na umbu you coach enimtia enti Fofana Datro David omo atwena so a omo suspend Sandro Tonali wanya 10 months ban ya beka se chacha okuta chacha koma tamo sina kama AC Milan omo bo match mpo na wapira and was suspended that the club na kasa omo so mobi no twa ho bet ogyinamu dia ontwa bet chacha gina koma se twem ama asotwe no aba na 10 months which is a season we obemesi the remaining games Euros na bekoso in January 2024 so wontimi enkosi akan ne bi eno pa ho a yebehu no so ogyinamu asi akan e de ama ne club Newcastle dia gise next year August 24 and son on so etimi asi akan etimi e de ama ne club and the country right Arsenal legend na say Tommy Yasu no sa akwada na player pa Arsenal for any defender obi otimi bo position se kwa chire ho number 3 ni ho 2 ni ho center back Mbuka Songo bon so betan edwane ni e dia man or say Arsenal for auto player because you get on Chelsea jumo ye ya ne modern was say ni pass na for enya ade we enya ade ye gina so na ye de nkofo close nsem no Oheneba ye de asi
Montano de Tony Beda se na wi amano ne nsem outdoor and Tony e dia bre na be dan ho ba few minutes ye ba pay the local story Saudi no ya bobo ano ye de bebre ma ha Kessben television and na ohwe no extra time jumedie ɛna yɛde ɛbrɛ no yɛbɛdan ho aba kakra bi yɛba na afei de local stories a wode ɔno atoa so de ama mo ɛnɛ awie
Let's say Ghanaian womb say either Champions League is saying say Confederations Cup is saying for Champions League there say you nyina yenim say has Kotoko, Ash Gold and Brecum Chelsea. These are the four clubs when it comes to CAF Champions League group stages. These are the four clubs at least omotime uremu the group stages. Oba Confederations Cup has Kotoko, King Faisal, Mediama and Adriana until Omoye 5. So if Dreams FC is able to qualify to the group stages of the CAF Confederations Cup, Ebema ye clubs do na urem group stages ababe 6. And as a Mediama so etimi urem into the group stages of CAF Champions League na Ebema ye clubs do na urem into the group stages of Champions League no ababe 5 based on the numbers ya kaina ye wono. Se jo obi so bisaye se ohe fixtures aba for FIFA 2026 World Cup ekobaso amai miensa ebe kabum ako host the competition no amai no ye United States of America, Mexico and Canada. Fixtures of Black Stars no beba no. So you one favorable thing is say we are beginning our first game at home and the last game no so at home. So you and also one of the favorable things war. But within the fixtures now, after the first game, no, your next two games nina ya away. This is where we have to put a lot of seriousness in those games, no, because your boy a first game against Madagascar, ewo Ghana ha. Your next game ewo in November na this year no, ye Comoros in Moroni. Ye ya na in June 2024, your third game ye say Koba Maku ewo Mali. And these are clubs and our teams are the last time see Yeshia Mali, the last time Yeshia Momoshe. That was Siki Akono first game. Comoros, the last time I Yeshia Ewa Afcon Omoshe. So see a boy a first game against Madagascar. Near next two games Nina away to national teams are yentimi share based on the result of the last two games are. Nature say no Emmanuel very very serious thing. I say very very cautious of that. But say first game at home, near say we at home no be say you looking very very positive.
Okay.
But ni na be depending on the results in between now. You bet me negotiate a way through no.
All right.
Because among for say yep 2026 World Cup no. Because this kind of World Cup no, it comes once in century.
Okay.
Say onya USA, Canada, Mexico. So a World Cup among for because we can't afford to miss that World Cup. Because even Yastik among for the NSA, then time our African reps cry 5 near Timiko. Na fear Yasa the numbers ni be account wamana konai. Na yentimi ankodia say you we have no excuse. Say you bin so beside say the list of 24 teams who qualify.
Women's Champions League eba bekoso and I'm so Ghana Football Association. Anytime be a women's club and a women club be able to represent Ghana Women's Champions League mu bia no Ghana Football Association they support you and I'm so Emma Sabre oma make pram available de ama ampem dan ko ladies so mo fa pram enko no mo ko preparation o womo to anamon ko share the president of Ghana Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo ampem dan ko ladies omo to anamon ko share omo share the president of Ghana. And then no ekodi nkomo awodo my president Obama basu we no was also mama 500,000 Ghana cedis 500,000 Ghana cedis and then sika the president of Ghana Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo wadema yembaba we omusia kind ma ampem dan kwa ladies se woman gi se sike na woman fanko ya homboboa ahead of a CAF Champions League eba because yenti nsema the president of Ghana omukoshia nana de tuja.
One candle. One candle. Scan their coin be as a Musabeka. 500,000 there. Here, they say, I feel sports administration in Ghana. Bibi a wone ba be no ze ma no so de no so ka ho. And this is the gender champion. All of Africa. So in my country, they should see example of gender equity. I'm happy some about the situation affecting female football in Ghana. We're going to change it. In the competition in which you're going to play. Now, but they say, Misika na modeko musumeni ebedi echire pa. We watch and hope, we cross our fingers. Said also some the cup no. Nyam mo konso mo nyam ko na bibia so nya fefefe. Yeah, Miss Wamo the Kessben base club. Yes, sir. Double champion.
Where the president of Ghana, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and they promise I will do, and that's what they promise. 1 man, 500,000 Ghana citizens, Monje, no more Franco, a tournament, one more equation, so Moko PM, the deputy sports minister, Honorable Bobiansa Okobi, Samsung, and na in Penifaudo, and so edit team in Moko PM. We a women's champions league, because Ivory Coast, I want to be a Yabeko Kupiemo, and so I will bet to so. Or other stories. Yedi campaign in Kumasi, Asante Korokwa. On Sunday 3 p.m. and Kumasi Asante Korokwa Bechem United. Ebebo Kumasi Babayara Sports Stadium. Refu Bejiran team a Rastum Gamale onona a Ghana Football Association as a referees committee appointing so onion and fin na on share Emma game no enkoso 3 p.m. our Babayara Sports Stadium and a Kinsino ebetimi akoso. Kumasi Asante Korokwa Wamo Edia Tuja said one beton ticket our gate. Womu Dasujina Domujina. Womu ton ticket our gate. 20 cities, 30 cities, 40 cities, 70 cities. And Nunisika, Wamo J our gate. It would do gate. Na watu ticket near team yenu na fe we room akwa game nebe we ayenhyehyia make say a free club ya Kumase Asante Korokwa ye abeka yensa enne ewie Emmanuel Avenue wosira kan edema eye Bechem United wasom ye well prepared so Monsieur Kumase Asante Korokwa on Sunday.
Preparation is okay, not just only about Kotoko, but yeah prepared towards the league, not just about only Kotoko. In preparation, okay. No, we just do only the normal training. The training like playing against a normal team like other teams are. And to start training, and say something different apart from the training. Yeah, no say like they are in a good form. They are a very good side as well. So yes, so we are not a bad team as well. So we are also well prepared for the match as well. In Kotoko, they know how Kotoko is. Like they are a very good side. Only a very good, strong team. Going to a game like this, you just have to focus. That's all I can say. And we are really focused about the match. Not just me, but the whole team.
Avenue or a striker at the man Bechem United in Samoa, what they at to Janono was also the source said this season, woman shall see ye the when the first timer a Bechem United and shall see ye a league season for the past 2-3 years in the beer woman shall see into way and young one next league in the Babiano, Bohum Baby Bechem United a bit me ada.
Yeah, I think for the past 2 seasons, Bechem like start here, shouldn't start here like. If you look at the previous league season, when we start the league, like Shaddan started just because of maybe sometimes in Canada say like Shaddan started, but along the side now then everything say bonfire say very good result. That me now it's about praise. So bonfire say became a very good result. So,
Emmanuel Avenyo ahead of Kumasi Asante Kotoko game ebekoso Kumasi Babayara Sports Stadium and it is Sansemwe a day Abrami bet was so e-ticket no sense already. It had to just Kumasi Asante Kotoko the almost no way e-ticketing into being possible on Sunday at the Babayara Sports Stadium. Yachibe has a vocal for Kobusom say e-ticketing no money problem and has and so a problem papa one so problem here papa e-ticket no no must sabi no opportunity One the National Sports Authority no ebe meeting. One must see problems. So move film ewe e-ticket no. One be gate. Obe duro Oscania emba. Oscania so obuwa obe duro on internet no enye juma na face supporters no room. Problems I would do. One must face e-ticket no. Enye problems. Because the sounds to how mo cry say. And conform develop it app no. Adiama National Sports Authority no. We develop it app we sika at the mount. And in terms of say during game bia mbebo biano and no connect 5% of the money and they come ayesa developers no. Woman say no kan woman tiase. Woman say the hard drink class sika no motia. Woman to net is so gross no mati also. No me kwa koma ayesa ejumukua woman de app na ba no. And nti almost a problem or e-ticket no hu ye papa but opportunity Wometimene a National Sports Authority and so adi insiemu eno kodanche una niche a tamale aliuma sports team okrade bo and koye kra woman some crade if you meet say do some of the games kra womo extra ticket ama manfo timi rem because ayana difficult yen e dia momo enye juma most times no enye juma emfa ma womo during games no and into almost a problem e wo aliuma sports team e de fa e-ticket no and so we and somehow do venues are womo use e-ticket no womo consensus awodua and also e wo no yento so Ghana Football Association wamaso ye GF no e confirm be kaya ye koto aba no brown for region no yantimi anto ye RFA chairman nyina ne se ayadia womo delegate a book no womo betima to aba no problem e ba ho ebe bi mu didie se ye yi bi mu die afrim ye yi bi mu die afrim a e ma ho kwan e ma bato no timi emba so enam so e ma sem no kopie mu e wo ye GF elections committee na so ye womo ye hwehwemu e de fa ho se say de womo aye book na wie nipa 157 e na be kwa koto aba e wo Brahafo region 157 Dr. Charles Osei Anto ye beto de so aba Mishak Asante ene Dixon Chere nipa miensa wa mo pray for RFA chairman for Brahafo region omunyina no ye beto omo so aba but delegate anase booker e makwan ame atimi to aba no eno de make say GFA elections committee no go through a o metima confirm say 157 and betimi ato aba no enso bi ye beto so wa has work asye has work upon afrane ene eye woma bright different Gideon Asante sa place no mepra make say woma back a weekending coach Koopman o person select yomo emo mutimi sia kan de ma hasa o metima select eye mrantin amo mutimi sia kan ni bi e de ma class boboko nemom wa hasa so ya no pay ye de betudwa sa has board members no etu anamom ekoshia technical team ni players no after the meeting no ababe todwa so mama coach no 3 matches say when timi ambon model 3 games na wo meja no kwan has work for mpanyin for say there be baby sa ankoso nemom omedi to coach nim so many satisfied with the performance of the team nemom mama coach no say 3 games wa anya dia wo metimi eja no kwan e de free team no mo omo se sa nkomo na abetodwa ne de enya no creda Stanley Afizi was a former player the class book no was so very surprised says the book as struggle at the beginning of the season because has a book and a very good preseason year papa but I was like it me translate our league you know and so emu.
Of course I was surprised. The only surprise the Americans say me surprised in say the Americans say for man who can preseason no na was through na I was through supporters ni obi bibia odi has of okay bia was expecting say come money bono share league as no okay say to me cost for since but a football it is surprising me but I still believe say the nyama besesa na nyama bekoye sometimes no football no so na na because say was a place na nkasa na mo ho so kakra because as of folk name boy no sometimes you know you don't think about anything you have to think about the fans because fans no and no has to folk pass as of folk
Only Afizi, former player, Osina Kanema, Cross of Bokoboko in Samoa, what they atudano. Was it? I ben was coach Koopman, or Becca says of work. Any strikers, Debbie, says of work, and lucky strikers. What's it, Debbie? Says lucky strikers, cry, midfielders to miss goals at the boat team.
And you better coach in this. Who's a only striker? Some media. I haven't mentioned to because Ushe says, yeah, you need to Tuaman on. He says, yeah, Barcelona is playing without Lewandowski, but they're not scoring. They are scoring, they are winning. It say what your mouth preseason why you winner say why you recruitment winner say was striker to mean banking no goals. It means I will say we'll finding the area now the team they lack effectiveness on. Whether a defensive and a midfield and I say a attacker, then you concentrate on that area so that club no be nyan in tuma paifra. It would me can say winning strikers. Because me send medical academy and I was a midfielder but I was scoring goals. You say strike and to me say goal. At least if you create a system that to allow the midfielders to join attack to score. Over Man City before, Manchester City, Kevin De Bruyne was a striker, but all the time he scored. Obi to measure from up front in here. And sometimes look at the only striker and only the other and striker and go. It's about how you plan and how system of the body, how you plan towards a particular club. And I bet you the able to be winning match. Then you say only striker and one or chance of being a striker and one dia. Striker pay anything, Ghana cry or striker. As a major system up to now. You whoever Naki Williams now, they then ball Bobao. But when they come here, they can't score. So it's the same problem. It's up to the technical team to work and think. Area be able to develop a different style to be goals. Not only depending on the strikers in Kwa. Intermediate only striker.
Only a physical midfielder was seen a kind of man has a work pain or this handsome way at the Atuda. Would when each medium sporting club appear Kubi was a subradia or no playing time no here, playing time Kakrana Winyano or better simple the Montimono and so I was through.
Of course, say playing time in a bar. As long as I am under contract in the anytime we are wise to Johnny, a flower, I was over now obey you. So time be a coach friend. If you need so my ready to perform anytime. Oh, before game, keepers coach in the Kasai, and then say a dim commander, Uda pull matches it to me on and off Kaka. 10 years was a winyam so a instruction I keepers coach the band from outside, and the Kaka means to Messiah training.
Where you appear Kubi ahead of a mediama matches I would say last two games Omoko dreams on a die almost also born Nations FC on a da pomo at the moment. Coach Kasim Mengele say goal scoring no ebeba. What's the way players are fin waki come abomo enche season no economy na man for bon Nations a year pa.
Goes on. Most of them have only about 2-3 people normal tasty premiership. All the rest and in their first season of football premiership. But as time goes on, they will be first round. When they start taking their chances, I don't think anything can stand up.
When they start taking their chances, who different Nations FC team, where someone make us a coach, Kasim Mengele, dia tuja, Oko review committee, na so yasabre omuguswa review the performance of the referees, and I'm so cram decisions out done by and wow match some of the referees, yeah, they matter Isa, sabre omunya games ND because omo matches and one basem, but yenyam for decisions out do, and so emfa and by weekend the matches out do, ebeshase dachina. Our Bet Power Premier League, centers are doing away a few stories about Bono and if you were extra time Jimmy D and Sister Franco Nara Atanase, Samson Wal, Mohammed Hudu, and so Atanase. Naro. Yeah.
I think so first of all.
Yeah.
Mamisha seem free and Pimdakuma for no aswe.
Okay.
I'm happy the way women football is developing in this country, and one area I think say Keto administration I'm a first time improving the women's football. How much na baby Hazakes ladies could na baby ampem da kwa Ekudie. And if you look at the support they've given to women's football, how even during the days of COVID, Omuni Abayi to Mikasa through the National Youth Authority, Omutumi Etua Bosumia Ketua de Momu. Ene Hazakes lady, Ene Ampimdakua Ekwa Kusi Eye Ghana name, what do you call it? CAF Women's Champions League. And first of all, they finished the Pram Amom. Say the ultra-modern facility or Pram no, or Mumfanku training near day. I'm even looking forward to say, in terms of logistics, such as a video analyst, and now some of the national team coaches, a beer, say omunye so active no ombetumi amoma ben team no na omaboa na da kwamo in terms of reading and preparation of the game for the ampimdakwa. For example, it be a video analyst it be a physio they should help some of the national team technical team staff now and they are less busy no. If some of them can support them, that's Cote d'Ivoire with them. I think that something positive. Okay. Because clearly they are going to represent the country. Over here, Didi Dramani be support in terms of scouting their opponent and offering some level of advice. It be a video analyst of the national team, no, maybe a 1 or 2 be or honor. They should beef up the technical team because at that level, reading of the game, managing injury, players be bomb match, it be a 2 days, 3 days, no more sabebo. Yeah. Some of these ladies are used to playing 1 week, not next week, no mabo. But in tournament, you are more likely to play some within 3-4 games until they need all those. I'm told almost expenses they will take care of it. Yeah. It's something positive. Now Ghana Mampenyi na nado danko ekufuado. Adu show boy. Mzewa wasono 500,000 Ghana cedis there a year. But as you speak, it remains a promise. I think say enkonko yese omun komra no mabeji. Omu hiye se sikano. No mo dia ko prepare no mo impact war in the tournament. Yeah. So now that the promise has come, I'm not too sure when the president intended to say obituous Canada momo. But kwame, see yen in tem kakra no musa kensikana ansa no makwa madwem say ebeboa.
Now, me dear money teams are a promise almost a comedy.
I'm not too sure about that.
Okay.
I'm not too
because
sure.
Because I'm a dear man complaining say
Sankai. You see, sir, unim say me position on these things my any time and again.
Yeah.
Say we should regulate it. Enya se na ho emrada ho ekwan fa so ginini ebra ye ginini ne da ho. Se oji Ghana league now be see anamo Africa ebia
abai the say ne support
abai the say ne da ho abai ne be support o. Na ekwan abefa so access and say maybe you write to the ministry through the GFA and at this stage obeji do say uru stage where this sometimes the lazy approach is too much, and sometimes the issue of individuals fans too much. You see Omaino Sika.
Yeah.
Abaye na mampenyi otiso a umpe football na we kuduro kra unya chance kra no akohuno. And wako Jesus kano. And as obia nim say abaye mrada ho so uji Ghana league Ghana abaye discuss e be so mu ebra wo Africa right from league ni ebo nyina no unim the support you are likely to get. So as early as possible, the Ministry of Youth and Sports should engage GFA. No more regulating no. Na ye hu se ni ese no. Anyway akọ ya man bi we akọ ya hye ne bọ ne nsenya nkan we person bado ni obi a wa be mu at that time into me nko. I don't think it's the best. I've said this time and again, and I still stand by it. Kwame, remember, you take it, you know. But I think Mediema are blessed with good goalkeepers.
Yeah.
For me, league last season, Felix Che was the best goalkeeper. Absolutely no doubt. Though he no league in the a woman say ye to ya ba no ye BBA ye masses need decided for Isaac Asari.
Yeah.
But I think that the Felix Che last season, maybe I go for him in a way. But Frederick Asari Ninyai, but make up Fred Chino or Mediama Felix. Mediama number 1 goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Behind him is Apia Kubia Obon interview.
Yeah.
Now I think a lot of people ain't sure their name ni bebre. After say when you scholarship call Aspire, Aspa Academy. Eko Kataba Senegal. Unisa and Samedia me took quite beyond much more French came on a come because Aspa and Eko in Senegal. Then he was part of the national under-20 team Eko Mauritania. Eko Wini African Youth Championship no. Ono Dan Lad and a Frederick Asari Okotokui. What I say?
Yeah.
Appear could be Dan Lad Frederick Asari. Then Omuko Morocco no. That time na Frederick Asari up age in Abroso. In Tebeka Dan Lad. Any appear could be intina lads na make a be say. A man for Casa Frederick Asari, Aquadano here, so no be your chance as in that lad. Nam ke oche dan lad. Yes, because Frederick Asari is older than that lad. Football assembly can say baby baby. Because Omunyana and were U20 in Mauritania. Then 2 years later, that lad was still qualified, but Frederick was not. And Frederick was also mentored by a legendary Osei Boateng, former goalkeeper of Asante Kotoko. On one is so no more our Accra Lions. Now Frederick can appear to be a Accra Lions. Now, Che Formunti appear to be Nyabinda. And then no money 2 matches. And the first game, even which they lost, the performance was super. Then the next game, he's the man of the match. I'm sure Benou is also doing something. Benou is one of the underrated goalkeepers trainer in this country. What kind of days has? How make it reach that? And he's done that one here. Mikai and Fatao Dada, even Alawa was with him under Benou. Benou was a good goalkeeper, and I think he's also proven to be a very good goalkeeper trainer, because to manage somebody to say appear could be now, you see, he's had the chance to meet Manuel Neuer, all those guys. The day I saw those pictures, I was wow. Omune Barcelona, Mabubo, youth days near there. So to get him to sit at the bench and still keep his focus and his composure and says that he wait for his time, he gets his time and is man of the match. While we are next game, we headache as a goalkeeper's trainer. We headache, but let's see how it goes. But it's all good for Mediema Football Club. So we have these 2 outstanding goalkeepers.
It's a problem.
It's all about
selecting them, no? Such problem. Selecting them, a problem.
A problem. But to end a similar situation. Frederick Asari and Dan Lad are equally good goalkeepers. We have a chance now we have. But goalkeepers and Crophobia, few of them they do baby are not problem kakra. But a number of times, okay. Mim Cotran Stadium sometimes your poor boy and I'm a goalkeepers. No boom say not Frederick Asari demono. Your poor not Dan Lad the Mikakushian Park and so.
Okay.
Frederick is also doing the same thing for Dan Lad. And the same thing is also happening between Feles Che and Apia Kubi. So maybe it's all well and good for Mediema.
Black Stars future here.
A little good.
A little good. A bad goalkeeper now.
Yeah. Kwame, he take it in Hunsem no.
Yeah.
Hunsem de mekoko bo abadada. Na yanhwe ya ebekwa akofa asem foforo de aba. Legally, the stand Kotoko is taking unless it be a omadi nkomo bi ewo. Because no pan me catch us that he say omunki tahudie no atra the regional national sports authority Ashanti region atra omo. She say no omune national any dealy and I'm being told the ministry no is also in the known. Kotoko says omu next match omu bitwa take it at home. What I ask you this morning, say GFA is we are ready to print. GFA, I don't know if they are ready to print the ticket for them. But you see, sometimes as people, you can't say mra no. Mra ni ye de menipa, me pa choti mase. And now she mra. As I say, man here possible for people to be able to comply to mra no. Do you make what I say? Ushi mra. As I say, man here possible for people to comply. Your narrative, several things that is wrong about we. Only has for they also bring in different even dimensions altogether. Say they think that and Crofono will develop a app no. Nipa kwa ususu say ye here app where the idea juma no onkoto app no non family ne juma. In this case, the National Sports Authority needs the app. Said the be use app no de agigi at home mu take it. Inti can ye man ka National Sports Authority to app no. Aji app no. Na odi agigi usika said the be usika enyira. Na we there me a menya madwen se mepe no. Ye bobo no wi a na ya percentage on the gross. The bebo bia na ya te de amano. Inti as much as they offer the service, but the bisu worker say auto app ni we are auto app no kwampo no app no say here say a function
now enu de ya to app what to app o de beji sika also on toma it's between the National Sports Authority ni omo
and probably it's not
the
even the only app that can be used. Se nipa na we develop no so on toma you can get others to develop similar app. Electronic ticketing there mean sure say e bibia gidigidi. So has for no so argument they say omuti omba bibo mo yi na National Sports Authority sense so aban esu opesu use app editor ticket ene nka aban koto app ne mrate say electricity meter wo so de o ma me ntua postpaid biem prepaid wo di meter na bebo meter na say wo na ade beji use kente ye wo dia nti wo na ade bebo ho na ehun ka bi say ya obe service and all that. It's an interesting thing. Me cry the me my drink ko honum, but my major issue was the fact that when they even wanted to use it, what we call piloting, ideally piloting should have been done. Omanya those piloting.
Piloting am here for in Nigeria nana.
Kwame. That was the ultimate match. Ghana versus Nigeria in a World Cup qualifier. You don't do piloting. Awal has done research. And o pilot here, o fa de no baby ka krebi. No ye di JHS eba no. Omo pilot in certain areas. Ye ne ehun challenges ni mistakes e baby bem. Na ya correcting no ne ade. Ansa no ye mfomso e wo hu nyina no. O ti ase.
Sevanko, even sorry to cut you short.
Don't worry.
She free SHS buy. Ye yes sasia ne ma say 3 years ni nyina obia first year, second year, third obia nwrem. Ye shall say from first year. Omo pilot kakra by the time some do second, third afi na chese obia ye.
Say until the start wasn't correct. Even if you find some person yen baba yarene akra, you could still do piloting within those stadiums. Maybe a VIP hodie and so be brave. VIP will be about VIP be potentially it's more likely to be able to buy ticket online. Potentially obi about VIP be 200 no. A likely pass on tar neka on the phone as well. E bia o koto creditor on to me first scan to sun koto. What you say? Inti and as a VIP ho for nkwa na wo ya as a chere ne say enye ni pe be stadium wo nyina nti internet a e be choked no entumi ensi. Inti ka oba ye no kakra. Then you pick it up. All these things weren't done. In fact, I suggest they say from all that they have told us, I think that the idea is good. If we are baby, digitalization is the order of the day.
Of course,
it's one of the reasons I hold the current vice president in high esteem because baby digitalization is the order of the day. But how we went about it, we got the foundations wrong. And why don't we suspend it, prepare well, and re-implement it? Now. Obianti Bibia say education koso. For example, we're talking about after sale service. Come want to take it, people do stadium still take it in mind. Who name number contact our own friend who Mr. say, Mato take it in mind and I mean anything. The service providers are not even reachable or are not visible. Omo hotline. Is everybody aware?
But Nancy UK, how was it? No. Omuto ticket here. No, that be pese. Yesu omuto ticket bi ho. Me se me kwa ache. Wo nansi akwa no. Omuto ticket ru na we.
I bought mine online.
Oton online.
Yes. And put me on Dana because I'm free Cardiff. Hotel for that son about Manchester. So on my way. And I'm a toy. Online. Me drew ya na my phone omu scan. Then I entered. But omu boots. Unfortunately, that means I can remember pictures. I also one change here. Ya painted take it in a even no more members club Old Trafford as I'm making. I also wait my call take it no. But one thing is a no. So I say friend digitalization and yet nasemo.
Into one your problem what on?
Oh yeah. Omukromonum na nya nasemu. Eye titi. Look, 2007. We are talking about some a conference about for 16 or 17 years in London. We no aduane ne gas in the side. 16. Not knowing say we tow phones gas and I'm selling them. So the person I was with, I called him and said, "Oh, my family password and money and talk." Then it's digitalization. 2007. Now we talk gas with your phone. We talk now abigusu no one know aduane. Me no aduane na ijano stop here. And they afe na akofa cylinder. Na akojira kwa. Enti omu krom ho no. So oye bibia digitalization through omu free omu kra ma omu ko school ni ade ni nyina no. They know it. Enti anya de foforo ba ye ha se afe na aba wo. Enti se wo ya na o si se no mu ye nti wo ba ya agban. Unso be nti se omu de no pepepa. Omu free baby no mo abeduru wo. Omu de awura omu nkwada nim from school ma de aba beduru baby obeduru. So when they are rolling out anything digital, it is not difficult.
Inti fani say ka odro na wantimi anto ka betima to take it to ho. Stadium wa urem.
Just online.
Just online.
Yes.
Untimi ntobi o.
Debi. Just online. They are ahead. Yendru ho. Inti yenye de no afa na ese ye ne kakrakra. But ya fan it say yen population and as yen nipa e ukroma no yen nyina ye enlightened te so on microphone. Kwame yendru ho. Inti ye ya yen to ye boase. E na abrochire sei no mo ye no. Yen so se ye be ye ni sei ya. Abrochire no scanners wo ho. CCTV cameras are all over the place. Internet is stable and solid. What you say?
Me kaya me no di koma utike me na me ana ro enkate o se akra me ne husband ndi koma se stadium problems maybe internet nye uduru a untimi scan untimi hwe ase amo aban person in force
Kwame 2015 many has called Tunisia has versus Esperance do mo share has for na Harrison Afujinam me VIP o me de stadium o Wi-Fi commentary 90 minutes and kate ba kokra 2015 8 years in Tunisia Africa
half a beer baba yara
ya ko jina baba yara say commentary with the internet and e baba ye the tone check round what's Enti ade no ye hu ba bia ye wo na ye hu ye hu
me kai Ghana ni Nigeria na me ni
team sheet kra wo pe no on internet kra o ye nyi
it's
Ghana ni Nigeria me kai me ni Lee James na John Bennett BBC omo complain sa
internet
yeah BBC journalist omo for BBC e be cover game why is that poor network of your country omo complain sa
this help boy
omo bi da afino ma ba bi shie bi
tie abotre aban we dey sere aban nya abotre maye aban nya abotre maye policy die but nya abotre maye internet ni nyeye internet ni kura nyeye kura ne bo so de din
no ne asem no
Kuma we are ko mabo data na akomabo e free wa data
and akoma de so ba emonu benya banku no benya obibia benya ba internet we no ye data obeto ba wunya service no
unya to de ase ubenya
unya say
be ma bibia mo yisu
aba we de sere unya botre fa maye me Sunday kotoko mo ye den o mo fa ticket om twa ticket no gate aba ye den kro mo twa ticket no gate I'm telling you now omo ye den won twa ticket no gate
they are overstretching the class
omo asem na omo ma clubs odi obo na aban ti ase a na so the ti ase a odi obo sika kotoko be declare on Monday
no baba yara me say Sunday no kotoko ne aduana no last 2 weeks Friday no nipa was stadium no awa se na ho the stadium was almost half full
yeah
almost half full is roughly 20,000 in term fan say nipa ho 15,000 we are also nipa to take it 5,000 something almost 10,000 in theory the issue of transparency was raised at the stakeholders meeting and almost say kotoko for no dashboard no Omone has for you now. Omo dashboard. Why IT? You see, apps of that nature, no, they have what they call the back end.
Back end, no.
And then you have the dashboard. Direct data no call back end
and some of the
feed dashboard no.
When they be it 10 it 5
to get to know say indeed nearby back end and no
fact
we overvoting
to get to know say nearby back end and no about dashboard no so no another issue. And they said they were not going to allow them to see it until Nanu Dia Fede on there, and then the CEO, Mr. George Mensah, indicated agree for them to see it. But the Muya Diamo.
A bedding. Sunday, dear. No ticketing, metomachi, a diamuko demonstration in Tia. Where we are now.
On this issue, many issues say, make it problem about. Ye per se solve a problem. In solving problem, near Sakako create problem.
Yes, dear.
And no matter you know, honestly, going back to e-ticking, Kenya problems about primitive idea. Because when the numbers
going back to normal ticketing,
primitive idea. Kenya problems are by because when say e-ticking never own numbers no. But the problem of transparency, said yourself, back end na yen found to dashboard and my clubs in Huno. I don't know the problem. No,
and now would do on so wow, which we know,
Ghana in Nigeria, there were multiple numbers of amount for Mukokuma due to huge numbers. Because now, stadium network no nyina jame. Obia peso urem scanning, especially back that time Black Star players but Nigeria nti obia peso urem no incident e be see obia peso who said the place about empty and multiple numbers of incident amount for Kokuma. And time and again there be either Kotoko match or either national team game or there be na stadium network I jammed. So and also baby audi to jano the network problem network providers they must also up their game. But Kenya no dia Mickey the e-ticking is the best the way to go.
It's the best
because for the first time na Ghana you declare 1.3 million Ghana cedis Mickey Ghana in Nigeria. This was the amount that was declared. And see that the highest Baba Yara Sports Stadium was half of this of Mount. I know Kotoko 7 point something million in that game against 700 and something thousand Ghana cedis in that game against Cotton Sport de Garua. But making 1.3 million Ghana cedis one game, you can imagine that the amount can do for a club.
Yeah.
And I national team okay, if I say be a Kotoko Neboba, no one near this amount. You can imagine this amount. I bet me up. A bois the club for the whole season. 1.3 million Ghana cedis. It can take chunk of months of salaries for players. Let alone talk about other incentives on the club. No, the e-ticking is the best way to go. But the problem is a problem. That's a creative problem. No, and only as no, and no the policy as a mebano. Say all the e-ticket in the bar. As a so many mra na ko parliament. Near share. Not just ubia aware. Say we no. But in this case, that
is quite technical because the National Sports Authority,
the
Kasome Authority, Ghana Mra, Emomo backing. Now, say, my National Sports Authority no backing, then they almost to me say, Omubeshe policies are Omudebeye Omu Ejuma. The operations of National Sports Authority is backed by law, and they have the right to come out with policies that will govern their activities. So if they say this is one of the policies they have been the omode eba beye omajuma any enam semra ena mom to me omo authority ntino omo policies no e backed by law.
So it's a bit like I said National Sports Authority there but it's a government policy. Can you say that?
Yeah, government or policies but agents are the government has agents that
agencies are motion
policies here, Juma. You see, by law, the National Sports Authority now said the answer on a infrastructure idea sports in Ashen and Sa. And no one share sending infrastructure and a develop a sports. Oh, Memu. Na come be fast so I say infrastructure near the be developing sports. And the business say a mra a walk in sports facility near Queen Faso Yusuno. Omube unkonko hu Ghana mremu hu say uyisu baba yara say utua 10% edema National Sports Authority.
But the one National Sports Authority policies.
Omo policies ni omo imunti quite technical area.
Thanks for that education. But I think say omo share now omo sort things out now. Yen free from that baby because it's creating a huge problem for both the clubs and National Sports Authority na nkasa omo beka. Because imagine say huge numbers are hereby under declared. Ka amount be almost benya based on sika kotoko benya no. Can no be kosoro. By sense say all those numbers near under declared no.
Sika no under declared. E be fa baby.
And also one of the things.
Can be fa baby. E be fa baby. E be fa baby. O father na rather. E be fa baby.
Yeah.
Oh, e be fa baby. Oh, me no go ko fondi ko mo chitum. Say sika be fa baby.
E no ni asem.
Omo nimpa say sika be fa baby. It's some old to me, alpha baby. I say, your policy, Ghana, dear, they ban your PC, sana, or my for the whole cherry.
And only asem.
I have policy, but to the Pacon say, I don't know, Minya, but
no, be about it.
Oh, my bini. Oh, it's a chinkwa.
Way back 2007, say Franco Togas.
Oh,
online so.
Oh, to say so true cry. All the countries say be a good phone so. Touch now ko. O to ade shop na dia ko America sika 300
Kwame Hitru e come de me. Mikita pounds. Omso munji.
Wow.
Omunji fiscal cash. I just said digital. But it is working.
It's working. By hand in your time.
The bank education no honum gap.
They know the gap is there.
You did be buy.
Money nyina so hwehwe no e wo online obehu. Yes, you near money for crano. You can't even search for it. Nobody has documented.
Now with the man friend me kwamtie na me say me simba. No be aba ho say opese mu bi na yin mu ma no ni sim no. Sika no receive no 15,000 per. Why transaction so mu bi am say dey be wetima withdraw more. Am say dey be bi ma wenye banks ni say egu. Also say dictation. Masa. Munya bu Teresa na be politics. Yem pese be politics. Aba to aso.
Megi ampem da ko a ebe Cote d'Ivoire.
Yeah.
Unse tournament be sha see 5th of next month. Nti omo group B yenka omo he program so omo group B.
Yeah.
Ampem da ko a any ASFA.
Yeah.
ASFA na defending champions.
Yeah. Last omo share omo pay.
Debi. Unse ampem da ko a omo afi na omo be ko CAF Women's Champions League because omo ko ball wafu women's zombie no. Unse no na o de ofa
that's a qualify.
No na is a qualify. Nti wo we na no na be ma opportunity ama wa come in. No na Azakes ladies ekoye made in edition. But ampem da ko the last season omo ko
finals
no wafu no omo lose ye. Nti omo ntimi amfa kwan.
This is the first time omo Champions League. Yeah.
We are the first time.
Yeah.
And omo any AS Monday of Mali, AS FAR from Morocco, and then Hurricanes from Equatorial Guinea. Group name we are doing kakra because AS Monday first edition no money Azakes ladies edifice.
Yeah.
Azakes ladies but they gave Azakes ladies a very good one for their money.
Yeah.
And so even the AFCON Women's Championship hosted Ghana, now majority of the Malian national team they were dominated by the AS Monday setup. So ampim da ko SSO mo show mo sapo musiu. Yes, Hazakes ladies making it all the way to the finals in the first edition. Unfortunately, they lost against Mamelodi Sundowns Queens. And on one ampim da ko no want me anko the last one now. This time around they are making it to the Cote d'Ivoire. We say nienti amode competition about Cote d'Ivoire say they want to pilot it ahead of the AFCON.
AFCON.
We say for 2 seasons, the first Women's Champions League main tournament first one no koso Egypt.
Yeah.
Ni Hazakes ladies equal final no. And last season there no course
Morocco, yeah.
But this time around there, omo de Cote d'Ivoire and over serve as a groundbreaking tournament. I be purposefully for because a curtain raiser tournament ahead of the AFCON. So we wish Ampem Dakwa well. But Mr. President, yes, Ren say on kekani hu. na amount of money 500,000 Ghana cedis what announce say the Bema club no on for mom because it will serve as a major booster motivationally extrinsic ahead of the competition because we wish them well. We wish them that now or go past what Azakes ladies did in the maiden edition of the competition in Egypt.
Well, yemfa dwumadiani nsi abere nti no yentimi nto dwumadiani so biom yedi besia ebesa so enema hia channel power kick of dwumadie so yesi efeni ba kuduru America mokobo match no oduru airport o sifu ai o my bi nie na 2 weeks so baha na o sa akoba bioma na o my no baby of fire no ehwo asesa 2 weeks wayera aha no lam okoba 2 weeks oduru ho asesa o my bi nie yemfa nsia ebesa so be channel pa o kick of dwumadie ni so